MetsMinute Nation, it's me, Todd Rakow, once again. Thanks for tuning back in. My confidence is sky high after the over 50 views we had last week. It set a few records, I think, at least Mets Minute-wise, and really appreciate your continued support, fandom, the letters, the calls. It was overwhelming, and I appreciate it, and let's just keep that momentum going all year long. I'd like to start this week's episode talking about my reflections from this first week of the season and what I like to call Todd's 3 observations. Pretend there's like a transition music and it says Todd's 3 observations right here. Good. First observation, Noah Syndergaard. He pitched the second game of the season and he might be the best pitcher in baseball. The hook from hell was back, the curveball, he was throwing 100 miles an hour. 9 strikeouts against one of the best hitting teams in baseball, and the Royals was really fun to watch. Got me really excited, and mama, there goes that bad man. He was really on fire, and he might be the best pitcher on our team. Second observation, David Wright. This is kind of on the other side of the coin. I'm a little concerned about the captain. His ability to make plays at third base was challenged throughout the week. A lot of plays that we've been used to watching him make throughout the year weren't there and cost us a game. But then he had 2 steals, which equals the amount of steals he had all of last season in one game. So we'll wait and see what it is for him for the year. He's going to sit today, Saturday, and I think we'll see a lot of that throughout the year. But for him, it's all about sustainability, and we'll know the effort's there. If anybody can do it, it's him. But I was a little concerned about that. Third and final observation, interleague play. I hate interleague play. It's nothing personal against it. But when the first series of the year is against an American League team, especially the World Series team that we played last year, it just takes away a lot of that specialness of the World Series, and then also just the tradition of baseball, especially on opening day. It was just weird to be in Kansas City. Didn't like that at all. That's my 3 observations, and I will talk to you quickly about what we're going to be doing next week. By popular demand of Mets Nation, we will be on location in Cleveland, Ohio for the Mets-Indians game. Really excited for that, being flown out by our sponsors and put up, and so that's going to be really exciting. So I'll report live next week from Cleveland. Going to have a lot of the guests that we'll have on this show throughout the year on the show to preview them so you get a face to a name, and it should be a good program. So thanks for tuning in this week. We'll see you next week in Cleveland, and as always, I'll leave you with my one question for this week for the nation. First, I want to address last week's. I said, who's the one player that we're going to miss the most from the previous year? Got a lot of interesting responses. We got one response, and it was Henry Mejia, which is the one that I had suggested. So, totally agree with you, listener, and I do agree that our bullpen might be a little bit tough this year. You could always use more arms there. So, thanks for your overwhelming response there. The question for this week: who's going to have a better season, Daniel Murphy or Neil Walker, his replacement? Walker had a great week for the Mets this week. Really excited to see what he did. Murphy had a great week in Washington. So I can't wait to have my phone and computer and mailbox blow up with responses. Well, don't blow up my mailbox, but send in responses, and I look forward to going through all those with you this coming week. And I'll see you in Cleveland.